finish off.
Exactly that right there, Chad. That's what I was talking about. When they start like when they're kids, it started as like them being young and they get like it goes to the current. Like that is so like that's so tough. Bro, let's talk about it. Okay, yeah, this is tough. Yeah, see, hey, shout out Phase Zero, man. YouTube, what's good, man? Today we have 5 brilliant fight scenes in anime. Now, this is a part of a very long playlist I got sent by somebody in Discord. Let me show y'all actually. But for the most part, y'all see this W playlist, bro. Shout out to my boy. Hey, he going crazy. I haven't been posting no content like that for real, but we back on the content, man. I appreciate y'all. Without further ado, let's get straight into today's reaction, man.
About seeing 2 or more people beat the ever-loving shit out of each other on screen.
Of course.
Anime has produced some pretty great fights in its history.
No,
so
facts.
With a plethora and huge variety of anime fights.
That's how they got me, bro.
Sure
I ain't gonna lie. The fights is what got me in anime, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, hey, look, it's another top 10 anime fights on YouTube. My favorite fucking kind of... Wow. I wonder what kind of insight and effort goes into making one of these videos.
Yeah. Nah, dead ass. Damn, that old ass. Damn. So it's 2017, Chad. This video was made 8 years ago. Damn, it was 2017, 2016, that long ago. Golly.
Yeah.
Looking at this old ass video editing software.
Oh yeah, this is so much better. So here's what I'm gonna do today.
I think that's old Vegas Pro, maybe.
Great fights in anime that have stood out to me over the years. This isn't a top list or even necessarily the best fights in anime, but scenes that highlight one really great thing that anime can do in fight scenes and breaking down what really makes them stand out from other fights. I like the part where the guy hits the other guy in the face. But I know doing a video about anime fights on YouTube where I try
okay, JoJo's is so tough. I want to react to that again, but probably not on the channel. But you know what, bro? Look, I'm gonna say this: if there's any shows like JoJo's or anything that probably won't go on the channel, or I could test on the channel one more time, but then if it falls through, I'll react to it on stream. So then we'll have animes that we watch on stream, and I can kind of have a schedule for that. If y'all want me to start reacting to animes on stream, let me know in the comment section below, bro. I might start doing that.
Make sure that this video is as least edgy as possible.
Cause like, so I can't make everything into a video, bro.
Let's start things off with a
edgy music.
Fist fight. 2 people going at it with nothing but the tools they were given by God. And there have been plenty of great examples of that in anime. The first fight in Taboo Tattoo was pretty decent. Makishima against Kogami in Psycho Pass, and hell, even the Monogatari series.
It's crazy, I ain't seen none of these
but
though.
If we're talking the best directed, choreographed, and smoothly animated fist fight, I still can't think of a better example than Spike versus Vincent in Cowboy
I do gotta
Bebop.
watch Cowboy Bebop, bro.
Both the train
I got the Cowboy Bebop shirt. It's crazy. I haven't watched it.
Animator.
Have y'all watched it? Let me know in the comments
section. That name because you're going to be hearing it a lot this video. That showcases, in my opinion, the best animated fist fight completely grounded in reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes, sorry. What makes these fights so great is the combination of brilliant choreography, direction, and choice of location. With the train scene in particular being a very interesting place for a fight. As the space is so tight, you can see the compact movement.
I ain't know my boy got down like that.
Little space there is around them to gain.
I wasn't familiar with your game.
It's a far cry of what I like to call the Dragon Ball Z location change, where you have 2 combatants about to fight being like, look, I'm angry and I really want to punch you in the fucking face. But first, let's go to some really big desolate open.
I'm happy they do that in Dragon Ball.
Luckily, it's just in my backyard, yeah? And let's talk about the choreography. Spike's fighting style is supposed to be based on Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do, and you can totally feel it in the choreography, from the way he bounces mimicking the legend himself, to Spike's fluid movements and combos that Lee was so famous to emphasize over Vincent's rougher and more rugged fighting style. All that's missing is Lee's signature noises, and you have
I bet this is like one of the peak fights in the show.
The way these scenes are shot also highly resemble the way live-action martial arts scenes are shot in Asia, with minimal camera movement as opposed to the close-up shaky cam, which only complements the choreography and overall makes it feel more like you're watching a Hong Kong action flick than you are an animated fight, which is why I can't think of a better example of hand-to-hand combat in anime aside from this one. Alright, realism is great and all, but sometimes you just want to see some over-the-top balls to the wall beams that can destroy planets, fights that surpass the speed of light, and people getting thrown through 20
that's peak My Hero right there. I ain't gonna lie.
If there's a place for that, it's
Kill a Kill. Oh my gosh, Riku, I see her so long. Hey, I ain't see her in so long, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that was one of my original ones, you know. If you know, you know. That was one of my original ones. I didn't know it back then, but now I'm older. I know it, bro.
I would never be able to list them all.
She's
One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, Furikuri, Boku no Hero, JoJo's. And we can't talk about over-the-top fight scenes without talking of Imaishi's work.
Yeah, I don't remember the fan service being that OC in Kill a Kill.
Pure spectacle alone is Saitama versus Boros from One Punch Man. Now, the reason I chose this fight in particular,
yeah, this shit was over the top
so much is because
Yeah. Straight, bro, chat. That's one of these. It's one of them Jones, like, here, bro, like, okay. One punch is literally, what do they call them? It's like a name for the reactors when we do that face, but, bro, it's literally those moments, like, bro, I don't even know what be going on story-wise.
To break down why these scenes work so well, so I promise I won't.
He said serious punch.
When analyzing the fights.
Like, all right,
so
bro.
as I was saying,
y'all didn't see my
face,
my fault.
This fight showcases better than any other. Hold on a second. Are they playing the opening song right now? One thing this fight showcases better than any other fight in anime I've seen is this. Fun. It's impossible not to watch this entire fight without a massive smile on your face,
doing
because
one-hit
unlike with
kill,
other epic clashes, you don't really feel any real sense of threat at all. There is never any doubt that Saitama is going to win, since even though he seems a bit more serious than usual, the scene never portrays him like he's in any immediate danger. I mean, he's fucking moonwalking his way into the action, for God's sakes. Normally this type of urgency would kill a fight scene, but all of Saitama's fights, especially this one, manages to capture spectacle so incredibly well, and shows us that sometimes it's okay to just have fun and marvel at these spectacular events happening on screen. As the fight plays out, it keeps one-upping itself to stupid proportions, to the point where Saitama gets blasted to the fucking moon, and he's like, yeah, okay, you know, I guess I'm on the fucking moon. And you can't help but get sucked in.
Like all this off of push-ups and losing your hair?
Ridiculous. And that's the charm of it. Similar to scenes like the final
this is bald people's favorite anime. Like, gang, you think you lose your hair, you just get superpowers, but nah. One thing that's super tough, though, like you said, is the villains here. Like, Boros is tough. Character design, the powers, that shit was dope. I ain't gonna lie.
Hustle. We get so caught up with
I had to admit
that we just end up cheering along with it. But even Kung Fu Hustle never manages
I probably won't.
This fight does. Thanks to this spectacular animation.
I normally wouldn't speak too positive about One Punch Man, but I give it that for sure.
Power and force of the fight, for which you can thank animators like Arifumi Yamai
and Genos is cool as fuck too, though.
Again. As opposed to the Bebop fight, which was so impressive because it felt like live action, a spectacle like this only works so well because it's animated. As everything is drawn, it helps maintain our suspension of disbelief when something stupid happens, like, you know, a guy getting kicked so hard he flies to the fucking moon. But the animation also helps add to the intensity of it. The trailing lights to imply the speeds that they are moving, the exaggerated movements on every impact, the particle effects. All these techniques help increase the power of everything happening on screen while still making the action easy to follow. I mean, just look at this one kick. Tell me the same amount of intensity can be achieved anywhere else. By comparison, similar live action sequences look kind of tame or laughably silly. There's nothing about this fight that isn't incredibly fun, no matter how many times I watch it. So if you want to sum up everything I just said, it basically just boils down to... Of course, any good fights are great spectacles and all, but there can be so much more than that. Actions can speak louder than words, and a fight is no different. A lot of the time, the story behind the punches is more important than the punches themselves. And the fights that really stick with us are the ones where we are invested in the emotions and story of...
Moment of silence for what they did to 7 Deadly Sins. Amen.
What's happening on screen. If we're talking fights that tell a great story, I can think of Gon's first epic
I'm gonna start reading Hunter x Hunter manga.
Gohan's iconic fight with Cell, and pretty much every final showdown in One Piece is so chocked full of emotion that it makes every fight great and memorable, even if they can be pretty average from a technical standpoint. But honestly, one of the best examples I've ever seen of this comes from Naruto and Sasuke's final bout.
I mean, bro, I don't think that's really fair. Well, he did say 5 billion, but bro, I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the most peak fights in all the anime, especially our generation. Cause I think anime really just started, like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Shippuden, Naruto will be one of the staple animes for a very long time. One Piece is making this staple because it's still ongoing, you know. I think by the time it's done and the story filled out, yeah. And people ask me if I think Boruto is a continuation of Naruto. No, Boruto is his own story, man.
Come on now, bro. A Naruto fight and a Shippuden one, no less? What are we, 13 again, Gigguk? Alright, just stick with me here. Yes, I know we all stopped watching Naruto years ago, so hands up who missed this fight that starts in episode 476. Oh, Gigguk, what do you mean it was only episode 476? I almost made it that far. I can easily catch up. Alright, I don't
the old Crunchyroll.
But what makes this fight so great isn't the spectacle of it all like previous Naruto fights have been famous for, but for the story that it tells, some pretty good direction, and some pretty good cinematography.
When they be doing... one thing when they Naruto fights, when they do the time, so they'll be fighting as adults, and then they'll flash through the kids, and they'll go through the different ages and stages. Like, I'm telling you, bro, this Naruto, I think the reason I also speak so strongly is this was one of the first animes I watched from back to front, and like made me be like, yeah, I watch anime, you know, because before then, like, you know, Dragon Ball come on the TV, whatever, I know the characters, I know the names, I got the games and stuff, but like, when you really watch a series from beginning to end, filler included, because I didn't know any better, like, I never got caught in bleach filler, y'all. Never get caught in bleach filler. That shit's ridiculous. But anyways, back on the point. It's like it really meant something to me. You feel me? I got shit. Y'all see?
So
y'all see the poster in the back, man. Shout out Jay
at
Wiz.
one point, let me fill in the details you need to know. Naruto follows the story of one loudmouth blonde kid who one day
we already know the story,
while listening to Linkin Park, who's also not happy with the country, so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go join ISIS now. Even though Naruto's like, no, don't go join ISIS, they're evil and that's against my ninja way. Fast forward a few years and Naruto is in the running to be president, but Sasuke comes back from trying to blow up the White House and is like, actually, I'm gonna be president now.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty accurate.
Naruto's like, are you an actual idiot? You're a fucking international terrorist, you moron. And the twist this entire time is that Naruto was Donald Trump. No, that's not really true. But the whole point is that this fight is the story between two close friends fighting for what they truly believe in. It's no huge epic fight to save the world, but it's a clash of ideology between two people
that fight
who
was
refuse
tough.
to give up. And everything about this fight is packed full of the story between these characters.
When he put out the nine tails with
the complete lack of any music helps to emphasize the subtle detail that was going on with every blow. From the run
I forgot to move all the different tail beast blast. Exactly that right there, Chad. That's what I was talking about. When they start like when they're kids, it started like them being young and they get like it goes to the current, like that is so like that's so tough. Especially seeing them grow, how we have seen them grow in this series. It's like, bro, honestly, not too many shows could pull off 400-500 episodes like Shippuden did, but you know that's part of making a great series, and that's why I say it's a staple, because if you're able to really have a story like that and it fleshes out and at the end of the day they're satisfied, then bro, I mean honestly, like who could say anything, right? Even One Piece, Oda in One Piece is extreme example of that, because I think at this point like it just show he on some whole different shit. But One Piece, even the 79-80 episode shows, you feel me, like Fullmetal Alchemist, I can't think of it on top of my head. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but stuff like that, you know, 100 episodes, whatever, like cool. Like even those still kind of hold the point that they were able to get a good series, like AOT, like you're able to get a good series out there and stuff like that. But the more extreme you push it, the more chance you have of falling off. But it's like Naruto did it good, delivered good. Like I say, Oda's extreme example, and even 100 episode type are very good.
Because everyone knows by now that Naruto's problem-solving skills basically boil down to spamming shadow clones enough time until something happens. What's this? People are protesting because they're unhappy with the election results? Maybe making shadow clones will solve the problem. After all the flashy powers have been used up, though, my favorite part is when the fight divulges.
2016 vid is crazy, bro.
Which again happens without any music to just emphasize the brutality of these two dudes just beating the shit out of each other, culminating in this brilliant minute-and-a-half long shot of two exhausted and physically broken guys, completely unwavering in their spirit to carry on fighting for what they believe in. It's one of the best directed sequences in this whole franchise, and everything about this segment oozes with the character's emotion without saying a single word. And I could spend an entire video breaking down every subtle detail of this fight that tells us something different, but since we're running out of time for this segment, I'll just end it with
that's one of the best ones, bro. I'm telling you.
Over 10 years, 700 chapters, 500 episodes, and 2 series worth of
700 chapters
in a single blow.
Naruto, Sasuke!
Now would be a good opportunity to talk about the sponsor for this.
Hey, bro. Hey, Chad, you know it get like that, bro. You know, Gigguk, we love you, bro. But shit, he getting money though, y'all. Hey, y'all gonna watch my ads when I get ads, bro? Y'all better, bro. Be real.
Punches at each other until one of them connects, because that's certainly what WorldStar has taught us for anything shot with a vertical camera. But we often forget one of the most important tools used in the fight. The brain.
He uses hands.
Fights are not something completely unknown to anime. Joseph Joestar's fights were equally parts stupidly entertaining as they were smart. Dark and Black had some interesting use of abilities, and Hunter x Hunter had a great power mechanic that emphasized and knowledge over just being the hardest puncher. If you're looking for a battle of mind, though, what I want to talk about is Saber and Lance's first duel in Fate Zero.
Okay, yeah, this is tough. Yeah, see, hey, shout out Fate Zero, man. Like I said, this could be one of the series I react to on the channel. I mean, on the stream.
Before and during fights. And while this fight may not be the best spectacle that Fate has to offer, I think it does the best in showing us what goes through a fighter's mind in even the simplest of duels. Not to say it doesn't look pretty, because by God, you football, just get me in bed already. But it does really well to portray that there are two.
What did he say?
It does the best in showing us what goes get me in bed already. But it does really the simplest of duels. Not to say it doesn't look pretty, because by God, you football, just get me in bed already. But it does really well to portray that there are two clear battles going on in the scene. The physical battle where they are trading blows, and the mental battle where they are trying to suss out how to gain the upper hand before even attempting to land a hit. It properly brings you into the mind of a fighter, and while there is a lot of dialogue, everything they think about feels logical, and it's no overly complicated anime monologue for the simplest action like, alright, so here's the plan. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a left hook, he's going to dodge left, I'm going to dodge right, I'll kick him, he'll punch me, I'm going to try a roundhouse kick, he's going to back fist me, and then after that... What I love is that it highlights how strategy doesn't have to be some Death Note style use of your power, but even the simplest of details can be the difference between winning and losing a duel. And a high level battle like this is based around what information you can gather about your opponent
in a little amount of time.
If you look at martial artists or professional fighters like Conor McGregor, nobody steps into the ring without a game plan, and no punches are ever thrown randomly. Every move has a purpose, whether it be finding out information about your opponent or getting your opponent to move in the way you want them to. And in this battle, we see both sides playing this game. Saber trying to figure out what Lancer's spears can do, Lancer misdirecting Saber into thinking only one spear matters, removing the armor when it's shown as ineffective, being cautious of the length of the invisible sword, and in the end it's the simplest of feints that lures Saber into a trap, which she probably wouldn't have fallen for if not for all the subtle information Lancer had previously given her. It's great because while simple, the strategy is incredibly deep, and I love that we are left to draw this conclusion ourselves rather than some third-party character telling us, oh my god, look how skilled these people are. We don't need a third-party monologue telling us that these are two really high-level fighters, as they are essentially playing the fastest real-time game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In their minds, complete with magic and trap cards, and everyone watching it actually understanding what's going on.
That's what I'm saying, Phaser
It's wonderful to see how this fight played out in the fighters' minds.
Hey, like I said, if I need to react to this on stream, let me know, bro. And if I react to it on stream, I'll throw it on Patreon, like in bulk. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, because it's not going on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest.
One of my favorite fights that involved more than just smacking another dude in the face really fucking hard.
A noble phantasm needn't be merely a single weapon. A trap.
A trap. Chill.
Of course, I'd be remiss if I made a fight video and didn't mention the one iconic weapon imprinted on Japanese culture. The samurai sword. Yes, ask any commoner what they think Japan is famous for, and they'll probably answer something along the lines of weird TV, electronics, something, tentacle porn, and of course, the samurai. So it should come as no surprise that there have been plenty of great sword fights in anime history, from the classic ones like Ninja Scroll and Rurouni Kenshin to the new ones like Afro Samurai, and of course, the famous Samurai Champloo, sponsored by Herb Lessons.
Hey, I do gotta read that. I mean, watch that.
Fights, the only spot this was ever gonna go to is No Name versus Liu Lang's final showdown in Sword of the Stranger.
Damn, thinking this shit was made in 2016 too.
About previously and put it into one fight. Well, this happens. The finale in Sword of the Stranger manages to showcase everything that can be great about an anime fight in a single scene, and it does it beautifully. It does this by taking cues from old samurai movies, from the classic slow build-up and standoff before a fight, to the flashy exchanges of blows and the brief pauses between sword clashes. Of course, the choreography is excellent, and the animation is absolutely stunning, which is thanks to, oh hey look, it's that name I've never seen before, here, let me suck your dick a bit more. And the fantastic cinematography and music also helps the
crazy bar, but the crazy bar.
What really elevates this fight above all others is how dynamic it feels. There is nothing about this duel that is static, and I've never seen another fight in anime that makes such fantastic use of the environment around them. Taking the basics of what we
this shit look tough. It's in the snow.
The scene takes it up a notch as the environment they are fighting in is constantly changing, and not only that,
they moving.
An active component of the fight. You can see how they try to use it to gain every little advantage they can. The way they corner each other on the ledge, brushing snow in their faces, and whenever they move around or change location, it isn't unintended, but it's done in service of trying to win the fight itself.
Tough.
The more you watch it, the more you realize that there's no movement that is unplanned or unnecessary. Sure, all the swordplay is flashy and everything, but there's a deeper sense of awareness for both fighters going on regarding their surroundings, and it manages to convey this higher level.
They got hella stamina, chat. I ain't gonna lie. You jump around that sword like that.
Word. All these elements blend together, resulting in arguably the best anime fight in history. So just take my word for it and watch this fight. You don't even need to watch the rest of the film, even though there are some great fights in it throughout. But this is the one fight in anime that deserves to be watched and marveled at.
I do need to react to more movies too.
And that was all I had time to cover today. I hardly even scratched the surface of what I could cover though, so who knows? I'll probably have to make another one of these in the future because there are so many anime fights I could talk about. Thanks to my good friend Nino for helping me research this video. He also did a good video breaking down what makes a good anime fight too, so if you want further in
W video, bro. I like the creativity. Like I said, I know this is like 8 years old, but hey, my boy put into a playlist, so shout out to bro who put this in the playlist too, man. I greatly appreciate you. Peace and Ninja. I'm gonna just call you that because that's your name on Discord. I greatly appreciate y'all. Like I said, y'all always feel free to drop stuff on my YouTube. I know I've been MIA, but hey, I've been recording a lot since I got back home, so I've been trying to like just stack up on videos behind the scenes so I could just start posting how I want to post. So with that being said, my name is Don. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I did. We'll definitely have more Gigguk videos coming. This video and this type of content is very inspiring, so y'all could just be expecting more. Like I said, if there's any animes that y'all think y'all would like to see me react to on stream or have me put on Patreon that won't go on YouTube, let me know, bro, because I'm looking for those kind of series just to I'm looking for stuff to watch, but I'm also looking for stuff that I could watch with y'all, you feel me? So with that being said, my name, I already said that right? Yeah, I did. Well, if you enjoyed today's video, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. We're anyway at 4,000 subscribers, and I see y'all, peace.